Eric. I'm sorry that we weren't able to do this prior to the speech, but this is going to be the next best thing. I'm going to proceed as if I did it on Saturday. Watch the wind. I'm sorry to read about this, but hopefully you'll enjoy the speech. So here I go. I came up and I said, "Good morning, fellow members and guests. Project 6 is vocal variety, and today's title is 4 ways to improve a challenging situation." And over the next 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to tell you 4 little stories that hopefully will help you whenever you're in a challenging situation. Situations come to us either from outside or they're internally created, that we intentionally create a challenge. The first story has to do with a yoga class from long ago. And if anybody is familiar with Kundalini Yoga, you know that it's very tough, and many times your arms have to be up for a long time, over 10 minutes. In this class, my yoga teacher was psychic, and he said, "Probably your arms are tired at this point, and there are 3 ways of looking at the situation. You can keep your arms up, and you can close your eyes, and you can grit your teeth, and you will get through it no matter what. No one's going to stop you, and you power through. Another way is my arms are pulled up with balloons. They're so light. I'm floating. That's ridiculous." And the third one was, what arms? On a turbulent flight, you can sometimes ask yourself, what turbulence? The second story I'd like to tell you is a conversation that I had with my rep in Florida recently. I'm a sales manager, and I was with my rep, Eric, and I had asked him about his early career path, and he told me about one of his first jobs. He was selling Canon photocopiers. Remember those giant machines? And so every rep knows about features, advantages, and benefits, and the first one had a mono-component toner, so you didn't have color in black and white, and that was great. And the second feature was a single paper pass, so that everything moves slowly through the machine without getting jammed up. But he had to make 30 cold calls a day. You can have all the features you want, but after your 2 calls on Monday morning, you've got 28 to go. You've got to get to Friday, you've got to get to the next week and the next month. That's pretty tough. So after a while, he created Business Eric, kind of like an alter ego. And Business Eric, you see, Business Eric was indefatigable. Business Eric was always mirthful. Business Eric could always get the job done. And it really helped him, and he kept the job for quite some time. Business Eric, the persona, was so successful that his wife sometimes would ask regular Eric if Business Eric would be coming to dinner. And it served him very well. The third story I'd like to talk about is personal. And in some of my former speeches, I talked about having my mother move here, and she had early dementia and lifelong boarding, and it was very difficult. And I lost my job for a year. Things were really bad. So I came up with Expedition Day, which was Friday. And Expedition Day, I was a tour guide, and I went with my mother every Friday and a friend or 2 on some sort of nature excursion. And if I was a tour operator, I had to be always happy and positive, and that's what I committed to on Friday, no matter what. Monday through Thursday could be terrible, and Saturday and Sunday could be terrible, and often they were, but not on Expedition Day. The last example, as we know, these kinds of situations tend to deteriorate and get worse. So now I had to visit my mother in the nursing home, and if any of you have ever been in a nursing home, you know how terribly depressing that is. I'd have to steel myself to go through with it. And one time I brought cookies, and people really liked it, and so I brought them again, and then after a while I became the cookie lady. So as depressing as the situation was, a lot of people didn't know my name, but they knew who the cookie lady was. And the cookie lady, like Business Eric, was always happy and had time to talk to people and was personable. And it helps, and people really like it. And I continue to be the cookie lady. So in summation, Many times we don't have choice in our challenges. And if we cannot control the situation, there is one thing that we can control, and that's our attitude. And hopefully you found some value in today's talk. Thank you.